Welcome, viewers from across the stars, to the monthly showing of newly acquired or discovered artifacts from our planet-bound ancestors. Here at Celestis Station 4, we are fortunate enough to encounter rare antiques from time to time. Let us jump right in with the last month's finds. This is an item I'm sure you recognize, a hairbrush. It is not as widely used as in ancient times, as we have other ways of tending to our hair now. This is a reconstruction of an archaeological find. The color is a very pale green, contrasting the pure black bristles of the brush. The sound is quite different from modern brushes. It is also believed that this item had a social or ritual function. Look at how it curves. If you brush your hair with this brush, it will feel like an intimate head massage, as the curved blade of the brush molds around your head, like a comforting hand stroking you. It is believed that bonded couples would brush each other's hair at night to maintain and strengthen their bond. When used as intended to brush hair, it creates a softer sound, like the waves of a calm ocean. It speaks volumes of our ancestors' connection with nature, that they would design their hairbrushes this way, mimicking the sound of ocean waves to calm and relax each other before bed. We have, of course, tested this sound as well, and I have a short recording of it for you to listen to. This item is for sale, and since it is a reconstruction, we will produce more as needed, so everyone who wants to reconnect with our planet-bound ancestors through this relaxing bedtime ritual can do so. The next item is on loan from the Zelda Archaeological Museum and not for sale. But this is a rare opportunity to show our viewers something really special. This is a Bøkk, an ancient analog data storage system. The ancients' runes were printed with ink on paper, making permanent markings that preserved important information or told entertaining stories. The cover is cloth-bound and imprinted with the image of a fountain believed to represent prosperity. You open the Bøkk like this, and you can see the thin, delicate sheets of paper made from genuine organic plant material, some type of tree, we believe. Tapping does nothing. Again, nothing. You can take the edge of each page, as they are called, and turn it, like so, to reveal more of the Bøkk's content. And you can go back to the previous page, like this. See? The information is still there. Nothing is lost. It's all permanently stored on the different pages, but completely analog. There are no electronics here whatsoever. The font size cannot be changed. The text cannot be altered in any way. We have been told that some people annotated their Bøkks, but so far researchers are uncertain about what this actually entailed. like this one, must have been precious items to their owners. This one has been partially translated, and it contains exclusively poetry. If I have learned anything at all about our planet-bound ancestors, it is that they were a deeply spiritual people, and that even their everyday items held a great symbolic and magical significance to them. Who knows what mysterious public rituals or private meditations this Bøkk has been part of. Most of its mysteries has yet to be unraveled. Let us move on for now. This item is of a somewhat younger age, but not by much. It is a very early example of a technology known as a cartridge, and its contents have yet to be deciphered. It must have held great value, though, because it has carefully been kept in a cover made from the most long-lasting material the ancients knew how to make: plastic. This plastic cover has been specifically molded to hold this item, which again speaks of its value and importance. I have been allowed to open it carefully and let you take a closer look. The ancient runes on the cartridge itself has been translated. They say, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, which raises more questions than answers, as both of these names, we assume they are names, are unknown to us. Archaeologists believe that this cartridge contains an ancient religious text, and that another early electronic device is needed to access it. Perhaps access was restricted in this way, so the uninitiated could not read about Zelda. Perhaps this Zelda was a deity of some sort, and Link's awakening describes how to enter into their worship. Hopefully, the contents of this cartridge will be deciphered one day. The next thing I have to show you is more of a commoner's way of connecting with the divine or supernatural. These buttons, as they were called, are believed to have been used in a form of common, everyday divination. We are not completely sure how they were used, but they might have been thrown onto a surface, and then the colors and patterns they happened to land in were interpreted somehow. But it is also possible that you would simply close your eyes and pick one randomly. Let's take a closer look at them. There's a big variety of shapes and colors, but quite a lot of them are also plain black or dark blue. It is also believed that these were attached to people's clothing, probably to announce favorable divinations to the world, hence the little holes many of them have. These buttons are not particularly rare. Quite a lot of them have been found. But it is rare that a private collection contains so many. These will be auctioned off tomorrow. This is a hole puncher used on paper, we believe. Another seemingly mundane item that might have had greater significance. This one is made of metal and has movable parts. It can be pushed down like this. been allowed to show you how this was once used. It is still fully functional, which shows us how excellent the craftsmanship was. I have replicated a piece of paper to show you how this device functions. This is similar to the paper used in the Bøkk, although this is not made from organic plants. It has a strange texture, very different from anything used today. You can insert the piece of paper into the puncher like this, and then you press down, and it has perforated the paper and made two perfectly round holes in it. Let's try that again. As you can see, it works excellently, even after all this time. This is a fascinating object, and it has a secret. It can be taken apart, opened up. Let me see if I can do it. I'll be very careful doing this. There, the bottom is designed to collect the little paper circles that has been cut out. And you can see there are ancient paper remains in here. The ones I just made will be removed, of course, before the item is auctioned off. But here you see white and colorful ancient paper circles punched out of paper used centuries ago. We do not know why the ancients punched holes in their paper. As the Bøkk showed us, such holes were not needed to tie or bind pages together. Perhaps small parts of holy or protective texts from books too big to be carried around were punched out so one could carry a bit of the Bøkk on one's person at all times for luck or protection. We might never know, but the craftsmanship of this simple item speaks of its importance. I have one more item to show you tonight. This is also a reconstruction of an archaeological find. It is known as a teddy, and is believed to be a children's toy and perhaps a protective charm of some sort. It is made of soft fabrics and depicts an animal known as a bear, long extinct now, of course. But the depiction of this animal seems to be deliberately incorrect, as a real bear was big, strong, and frightening, a hunter and a predator that must have been a real threat for small communities. This seems very strange to us today. Why would our ancestors depict a dangerous animal that must surely have been feared as a cute toy given to children? This teddy is also somewhat anthropomorphized, made more human-looking than an actual bear would have been, and it is wearing an item of clothing, a red scarf with a golden star. The symbolism here is unclear to us. It is possible that our ancestors tried to connect with this animal in a spiritual manner, to befriend it or partake in its strength, and thus render it safe. Perhaps such a strong animal were both feared and admired. This item can also be ordered in the same manner as the hairbrush. And that concludes tonight's transmission. Let me just remind all of our viewers that this is just a small selection of the ancient artifacts and reconstructions thereof that will be auctioned off tomorrow or made to order in the upcoming weeks. And if you haven't already, please consider turning on notifications so you don't miss next month's summary. Good night.